Today I am filming the 2021 Mercedes-Benz E450. This is the 5th generation of E-Class. As you guys can see, it's right behind me here, but looking at the front fascia here of the E450, this is a nice, handsome looking sedan. I like these headlights here. They're adaptive and they swivel. It does have an LED turn signal with an LED daytime running light. There is front parking sensors. Looking at the grille here, this does have the 3-pointed Mercedes emblem. It's enlarged. It does house the dynamic radar cruise control. This also has a front-facing camera. I like the chrome trim here in the front fascia. But I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section, what do you think about the E450? We're making our way to the side profile here. Look at this rim and tire setup here. These are a 245/40 Goodyear tire. I like the 19-inch rim design. It does have silver, also with the black accents. These are a nice, attractive set of wheels here on the E450. You do have your exclusive Mercedes brake calipers there. It says Mercedes on the brake caliper. This does have the AMG wheels, which is around $1,000. I would highly recommend getting this wheel because it looks really good here on the E450. Looking at this mirror cap here, it does have an LED side marker. My tester does have this panoramic sunroof, which is $1,000. I highly recommend going for the panoramic sunroof. It does let a lot of light into the cabin there. But making our way to the rear here of the E450 and looking at these tail lights, they're going to be a full LED, a turn signal, reverse light with a brake light. There's your E450 badge there, your 3-pointer Mercedes emblem, and also your Matic badge there to let everyone know that you have the all-wheel drive system. And down here at the lower part of the bumper, there is rear parking sensors. And looking here at the dual tip exhaust, well, Mercedes hides the exhaust underneath the bumper there, so they're doing that fake exhaust trim. I do like the rear diffuser. It does look really nice. There's a backup camera there with LED lights for the tag. Open up the cargo capacity. Mercedes says you get 13.1 cubic feet of space, and underneath here, Mercedes does throw in some storage because my Tesla is equipped with run flat tires. So sitting inside the interior here of the 2021 E450, looking at this interior, even though my Tesla has a black interior, it still looks very luxurious and nice in here. I wish Mercedes would offer a different color theme here on the E450 that I'm testing here. But looking at the door panel material, is going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. There's this matte finished wood here, this metal speaker cover which houses the Burmester sound system. There's 3-level heated and cooled seats. Your seating controls are here. It does have 3-person memory seats there, a real metal door handle, your lock controls. Shutting the door here, the door sounds pretty solid. To start up the E450 here, just put your foot on the brake and press the start button right here. My Tesla has the company's inline 6. It does have that EQ boost. But looking here at the window switch controls here, it is automatic up, automatic down for all 4 windows. There's this nice grab handle here. Your trunk release is going to be down here, a cup holder and additional storage. Your headlight controls, there's electronic parking brake here. This is a power tilt telescoping wheel. It does offer a good amount of range and adjustability. And my Tesla is missing a heated steering wheel function there. I tested the E63S sedan, and that one had a heated wheel function here. You just switch it away from you to turn it on, and you switch it towards you to turn it off. Looking here at the wind wiper and turning signal stock, your dry selector is here. Putting the E450 into reverse here, just put your foot on the brake, of course, and swipe up. Looking at the backup camera here, it does have a clean resolution. There's a top-down 360 view here. There's different angles around this vehicle. There's also a side angle so you won't curve your AMG 5-spoke wheels. And to put it into drive here, you just click down to go into drive. There is a manual mode here, of course, and you click the little button here to put it into park. I like the 4 air vents here. You can open and close them. That does have a nice tactile sound to it. My Tesla does have these 2 12.3-inch displays here. Of course, one for the gauge cluster and one for the infotainment system. You can customize the infotainment system here by using the trackpad over here. But sometimes it works. You can either use this, you can actually touch this. This does have the MBUX system, and over here you can use this trackpad down here. But honestly, I would touch this. But if you have OCD, you don't like fingerprints on the screen, I would recommend using this or the touch-sensitive buttons here on the actual steering wheel. There is voice commands here. You can have the option to answer and hang up the phone. It does have adaptive cruise control with emergency braking, and also it does come with blind spot monitoring. You can also customize the screen here to show different stuff and whatnot. I showed you guys this before. Really responsive. I do like these 2 12.3-inch displays. It does offer Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's this frameless mirror right here. There's going to be LED lights throughout the cabin. Down here, like I mentioned, the 4 air vents, more of that matte finished wood here. The dashboard is going to be a nice leather material. Probably there's no stitching, but it still looks really nice in here. There's this aluminum painted trim. Looking down here is the toggle switches for the dual climate control. Like I mentioned, you do get 3-level heated and cooled seats, even on the passenger side there. Heart buttons here for telephone, map, radio. Clicking this button here, you can access the driver's assistance and whatnot. Also, like I mentioned, it does have emergency braking, also with blind spot monitoring. There's a favorite button here, your hazard switch, more of that matte finish wood there. Like I mentioned, the trackpad is for the 12.3-inch display here. There's a drive mode selector here, which shows you sport, sport plus, individual, and also a comfort mode and eco mode, just in case you want to save a little bit fuel. Down here you can turn off your parking sensors. This is to access the cameras there. Like I mentioned, Mercedes has a really nice backup camera, and also just cameras in general. It looks really nice, high resolution. Your automatic start function there. Over here is going to be 2 cup holders. My iPhone 12 Pro Max is sitting here fine. This does use a USB-C. There's no traditional USB ports in this car. You have to have a USB-C. Open up the glove compartment here. It is lined with felt. It's a pretty decent sized glove box. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable, they hold you in place. They're not aggressively bolstered like that E63S sedan that I tested. That one has some really nice seats. And above me, there's this panoramic sunroof for $1,000. I would highly recommend going for the panoramic sunroof here because it does let a lot of light into this darkened cabin. The center armrest here is nice and padded. It is double hinged. There's 2 USB ports in there. This does have a shallow amount of storage in here, but you can definitely put a wallet and maybe your phone and whatnot. But overall, I'm impressed here with the E450's interior. But let's hop into the back seats. So I'm sitting in the back seat here of the E450. Mercedes says you get 36.1 inches of legroom. This is where I have the seat to drive. I'm only 5'8". I have plenty of foot space underneath the driver's seat here. But shutting the door here of the E450, the door sounds pretty solid. The materials are carried over from the front to the rear. It's going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. There's this metal speaker cover here with this matte finished wood. There is this beautiful ambient lighting in here. Of course, Mercedes is known for having one of the best interior lighting in the industry. There's a real metal door handle here. Window switch is going to be here. Nice area to rest your elbows. Some stitching down here, additional storage and cup holders. There's going to be dual map pockets back here for additional storage. Also, your own set of air vents back here. You can open and close them if you would like. Open this flap down here. It reveals 2 USB-Cs, also with a 12 volts. The floor back here is not flat, but you can definitely sit someone here in the middle seat here. My Tesla does have all-wheel drive, and above there is this massive panoramic sunroof to let light into this darkened cabin. It's a $1,000 option. I would highly recommend going for it. And putting this armrest down here, Mercedes does throw in these 2 over-engineered cup holders. Of course, I like that gimmick. And then here's going to be additional storage. You can put your wallet or your phone in there. But overall, the back seat of the E450 is not a bad place to spend time. So I have the hood open here for the 2021 Mercedes-Benz E450. Let's see what powers the E450 here. This has a new turbocharged electrified straight 6. It replaces the old V6. This does have a 48-mile hybrid system, which replaces the front accessory belts with an electric motor to have smoother start-stop capability. Like I mentioned, this does have the company's new turbocharged engine. It's a 3-liter, it's a straight 6. It makes 362 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired to 9-speed automatic transmission. 4-matic all-wheel drive is going to be standard here on the E450. 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds, which is great 0 to 60 timing. And as the E450 sits, it weighs 4,200 pounds. Fuel economy is rated at 23 in the city, 30 on the highway, and 26 combined. But this does get better fuel economy compared to the 4-cylinder version. So starting off in the 2021 Mercedes-Benz E450, my tester has the company's 48-mile hybrid system. So basically it's EQ boost. So basically it gets rid of the accessory belts to give this thing a smoother start-stop capability. Fuel economy is rated at 23 in the city, 30 on the highway, and 26 combined. This actually gets better fuel economy than the 4-cylinder. This is an inline 6. Mercedes got rid of the old V6 and replaced it here with this new turbocharged, and it's also electrified. Like I mentioned, has the company's mild hybrid system. This makes 362 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. And it comes standard with the company's 4-matic all-wheel drive, so you don't have to pay any additional fees for all-wheel drive because Mercedes just gives it to you as standard. Driving the E450 here, this thing is extremely smooth. I like the 19-inch wheels that my tester has. They're part of a package. They're $1,000. I like that they have the silver with the black accents. I would highly recommend going for this rim choice here on the E450. So my tester has the company's inline 6 here. Let's put this thing into its sport plus mode here. and hit the brake and accelerator. Oh God. Mercedes says 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. Do I believe them? Yes, I believe them. That launch was pretty crazy. Basically, I just put my foot to the brake and the accelerator. I built up the boost, and this thing just took off. It feels like a jet, honestly. I tested a E63S Sedan yesterday. That thing had over 600 horsepower. Mercedes says 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. And honestly, that car lived up to what it says. Just driving the E450, where I normally take this car out on the test drives. The road here is not the best, but the E450 just sucks up the potholes and bumps just fine. And that 9-speed paired with this inline 6 is a beautiful combination. The 9-speed knows what right gear to be in. In Sport Plus mode, the shifts are way more faster, they're sharper. But let's do another run here really quick, because that kind of impressed me on how good this thing took off. And this is with it in the Sport Plus mode. So I'm not gonna brake torque, I'm just gonna hit the accelerator. Oh God, oh Jesus. And this thing will pull for days. Like, the acceleration is so good. 0 to 60, like I mentioned, in 4.9 seconds. Mercedes is doing a really good job. That 9-speed automatic transmission is fast to shift, especially in Sport Plus mode. But most people I know feel like you guys probably wouldn't drive it in Sport Plus mode. But let's put this thing back into its comfort mode here. And let's just drive this thing like a normal person basically would drive. Mercedes says fuel economy is rated at 23 in the city, 30 on the highway, and 26 combined. This gets better fuel economy, like I mentioned, than the 4-cylinder version of this, which is the E350. I tested that E350, and my tester, that one had rear-wheel drive, and it couldn't put the power down. I can only imagine if this didn't have for Matic all-wheel drive, this thing will probably be spinning all over the place. It would have been tail happy. But with this being the E450 and having the straight inline 6, it reminds me of a BMW. It's really silky, it's really smooth, great powertrain. The steering feel, it's really playful, but I can feel what the front tires are doing. I don't feel like I'm going to careen into a tree or into a wall. The steering feel is really compliant. Putting it into a sport mode, again, Sport Plus mode. The engine sounds really good. And the steering feel, it did get a little heavier. But attacking these twisty roads, where I normally come at to do the videos back here, I know this car is going to handle really good. Of course, it's a Mercedes, and honestly, it handles really good. Like I mentioned, it has a 4MATIC all-wheel drive system, and this car handles extremely good. There is a little bit of body roll, but I know most people won't be pushing their E450 as hard as I'm doing here, just for demonstration purposes. But this thing is really good. The ride quality is fantastic. The cabin is quiet. I have great visibility out of the E450. My Tesla does have adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring. So it does come with Mercedes driver's assistance, which is phenomenal, of course. But the inline 6 is just beautiful. The way it sounds, has a nice grunt from it. Like I mentioned, with this thing making 369 pound-feet of torque, the torque is available around 2,000 RPM. So you do have a surge of torque. And like I mentioned, this car handles so freaking good. Like, I don't feel scared. Like, the steering feel is fantastic. And that sound is pretty good, but downshifting here. This car picks up speed really quick, and if you don't pay attention to how you're driving, you'll be hitting illegal street numbers. But you have to really pay attention to the speed there, because this car it gets up to speed really quick, and that sound is really good. I just wish the exhaust had a little bit more crackle, a little bit more like pop to it. But let's do another launch here. So foot on the brake and accelerator really hard. Oh God. So after spending time with the 2021 Mercedes-Benz E450, that powertrain is really silky and smooth. It's an inline six. As you guys see from the driving impression, that thing is really fast and it puts the power down just fine. So I'm gonna say E450 cost. Starting price here for my test is at $62,000 evenly. It does have some optional equipment, which was in the panoramic sunroof, the AMG 5-spoke wheel with the black accents, including destination. My Tesla here has an tested price of $72,985. I would like to give a special thanks to Mercedes-Benz of Cutler Bay for providing me with the 2021 E450. If you're on the market for an E450, you can come to Mercedes-Benz of Cutler Bay and ask for Lewis. He'll get you into a new, used, or pre-owned vehicle. Hope you guys have enjoyed my full overview on the 2021 E450. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews. If you guys want to support the channel, just check out the description box down below. And I catch you all in the next video.